Who is he?
The way he moves. The way his eyes don't flinch anymore. It's like he walked out of his own grave and never looked back.
What is he coming for?
Everything. I am coming for what's mine. Not just the crown. Not just the throne. Not just the victory they thought I'd never touch. I'm coming for every piece of myself they tried to bury. Every fragment they told me to kill. I remember when I used to apologize for taking up space, for breathing too loud, for wanting more than crumbs. I remember shrinking my voice until it was a whisper, then a breath, then silence, because they said I was too much, too intense, too emotional, too cold, too broken. They never asked why. They never saw my hands shaking in rooms that called me family. They never saw me swallow storms with a smile on my face so no one would see how close I was to shattering. They never saw the nights where my chest felt like a cage of knives, and I still said, I'm fine. I wasn't fine. I was bleeding behind my eyes, and no one noticed, or maybe they did, and looked away. Maybe it was easier to call me dramatic than admit they were the ones holding the blade. They told me to forgive while they kept twisting, told me to be kind while they fed on me piece by piece. I learned something in that quiet slaughter. Monsters aren't born. They're assembled, slowly, methodically, through every lie, every betrayal, every time you scream for help, and the room chooses silence. They call it growth. I call it abandonment. They say that's life. I say no. That's what you chose to do to me. I used to think, if I loved harder, if I gave more, if I turned the other cheek again and again, they'd finally see me, finally protect me, finally say, you don't have to be strong anymore. You're safe now. That day never came. So I made my own. I stopped begging for a rescue from people who enjoyed the view of me drowning. I stopped asking, why would you do that to me? And started asking, why am I still here letting you? The answer hurt, because I wanted to be good so badly that I let them devour me and called it love. I let them walk through my soul with dirty boots, and I apologize for the dust. Not anymore. I buried the version of me that would rather die than disappoint them. I buried the child who thought love meant being the sacrifice. I mourned them properly. I cried for them the way no one ever did. And when the tears dried, something else stood up in their place. Not a hero, not a villain, something in between, something that remembers and refuses to repeat. Call it monster, call it warrior, call it cursed. I call it mine. I am coming for what's mine. My name, first. The one they dragged through rumors, through jokes, through whispers, in rooms I wasn't invited into. The name they spit like poison, while smiling to my face. I'm taking it back. When they say it now, they will say it with caution, with weight, with the understanding that this is not someone you play with and walk away from untouched. I am coming for my time. All the years I spent trying to fix people who were committed to staying broken. All the nights I whispered, maybe tomorrow will be different. And tomorrow arrived wearing the same fists, the same lies, the same empty promises. I am collecting interest on every wasted second. I will not spend another hour trying to convince anyone to see my value. If you can't see it, you don't deserve it. I'm coming for my voice. The one I strangled for peace, for acceptance, for the illusion of belonging. The voice that said, this hurts, and was told, you're too sensitive. The voice that said, I'm tired, and was told, Keep going. We need you. By people who never once showed up when I needed them. That voice isn't asking anymore. It's declaring. It's pronouncing sentences like thunder. It doesn't shake. It doesn't beg. It doesn't negotiate with those who built altars out of my exhaustion. I am coming for my boundaries. The lines I never drew because I was afraid they'd leave. They left anyway. They just did it slowly, step by step. Each time they took more than they gave. Each time they said, it's not that big of a deal, about something that was killing me. Now the lines are carved in stone. You cross them, you lose access. No conversation, no explanation, no drama. Just a door that was once open, and now will never be again. I am coming for my dignity. The moments I begged to be understood. The times I explained myself to people who had already decided not to care. The days I looked in the mirror and saw a burden, because that's what they taught me to see. I'm rewriting that reflection. I have walked through fire, not once, but again and again, until my skin no longer burns. The flames could not consume me. I did not flinch. I did not crumble. I absorbed the heat, made it mine, and turned it into something greater. Every scar, every mark left on me is a testament not to pain, but to resilience. There is no force in this world or the next that can halt my march. I do not stop. I do not yield. There was a time when I doubted, when the weight pressed so heavily on my shoulders, I thought my spine would snap. I remember the whispers that crawled into my ears, the lies they tried to make truths. They said I was too weak. They said I was too broken. They said I would fail. But they didn't understand the fire in my soul. They didn't see the steel being forged inside me. They thought they had won when I stumbled, but falling only taught me how to rise stronger. Every fall is a lesson. Every wound is a weapon. And now, I am untouchable. I don't need permission. I don't need approval. I don't need anyone to tell me I belong, because I have already carved my place in this world. I built it with my own hands, my own blood, my own sweat. Nothing was given to me. Everything was earned. I bled for it. I fought for it. And I will not let anyone or anything take it from me. I have become unstoppable, not because I was born special, not because of some blessing from the stars, but because I refused to stop. When the storms came, I didn't seek shelter. I stood in the rain, felt the lightning in my veins, and screamed back at the heavens. When the walls closed in, I didn't shrink. I shattered them. When the darkness swallowed me whole, I didn't plead for the light. I became the light. I am not a victim of this world. I am its master. I've taken the chaos and shaped it into something unbreakable. I've turned my pain into power, my struggle into strength, and my anger into focus. They tried to bury me, thinking I would rot, but they didn't realize I was a seed. Now I grow in ways they could never predict, in places they could never reach. I have no use for regret. I have no time for pity. Those are weights I've already shed. I am streamlined, honed, a blade sharp enough to cut through anything in my way. There are no excuses here, no hesitations, no second thoughts. There is only forward. There is only more. I don't stop to look back, because there's nothing back there for me. The past is ashes, and I am the wildfire moving ahead. They will try to stop me. Oh, they will try. They always try. They think their words can cut me, but words are air, and I breathe through them. They think their doubts can poison me, but I've already tasted venom, and it made me immune. They think their walls can contain me, but I don't knock. I demolish. They will throw everything they have at me, and it will not be enough. I have already seen the worst this world can offer, and I am still standing. What could possibly stop me now? Nothing. No one. Do you know what power truly is? It's not in strength alone. It's not in numbers. Power is the refusal to break. Power is the refusal to give up. Power is looking into the abyss and deciding it will not claim you. Power is standing at the edge of destruction and taking one more step forward. That is what I have. That is who I am. I don't wait for opportunities. I take them. I don't ask for doors to open. I kick them down. I don't hope for change. I am the change. There is no hesitation in me, no uncertainty, no crack in my armor. My resolve is iron, my will unyielding. There is no force that can slow me, no failure that can stop me, no enemy that can defeat me. I have walked through my own personal hell and come out the other side. The fire didn't kill me, it forged me. It burned away every weakness, every doubt, every fear. What's left is something unshakable, something eternal, something that cannot be stopped. I do not care if they doubt me. Let them. Their doubts fuel me. I do not care if they hate me. Let them. Their hate sharpens me. I do not care if they try to stand in my way. Let them. Their resistance only strengthens my resolve. Every obstacle I crush, every barrier I break, every challenge I overcome is just another reminder of who I am. I am not like them. I am not ordinary. I am not bound by the same rules, the same limits, the same fears. I am the exception, the outlier, the unstoppable force that does not know the meaning of defeat. They will try to understand me, try to figure out what drives me, but they won't succeed, because my fire is mine alone. My strength is mine alone. They will never understand, and they don't need to. All they need to know is this: I cannot be stopped. Every scream, every tear, every drop of blood, none of it was wasted. It was all fuel. Fuel for the fire inside me, the one that won't go out. I didn't survive out of luck. I didn't survive because of some divine favor. I survived because I chose to. Every time I was knocked down, I got back up. Not because I wanted to, not because it was easy, but because I refused to stay down. Pain has no power over me anymore. I've worn it like a second skin for so long that it's a part of me now. Fear doesn't touch me. Regret doesn't haunt me. I don't have the luxury of weakness. Weakness is a disease I cured myself of. Every moment I wanted to give in, I reminded myself of who I could become. Not who I was, not who they thought I should be, but the unbreakable version of me that I was carving out of stone with every choice, every battle, every wound. I don't need vengeance. I don't need recognition. I don't need anyone to understand what I've been through or why I am the way I am. Because in the end, the only thing that matters is this: I am still here. I will never apologize for what I've become. The pain didn't kill me. The betrayals didn't kill me. The loneliness didn't kill me. And because they didn't kill me, they made me stronger. Stronger than I ever thought I could be. I am the product of every battle I've fought, every tear I've shed, every piece of myself I thought I lost, only to discover it again, sharper, harder, invincible. I owe nothing to anyone. I owe everything to myself, because I made it, because I survived, because I rose when the world wanted me to fall. I don't fear the storms anymore. I don't fear the fire. I don't fear the weight of the world or the shadows that follow me, because I am the storm. I am the fire. I am the weight. I am the shadow. There is nothing left to fear, nothing left to break. I am whole, not because I'm unscarred, but because I'm made of scars. What didn't kill me made me more than strong. It made me unstoppable. And now, as I stand here, I dare the world to try again. I dare the pain to come for me. I dare the darkness to reach for me. Because it will fail. It will always fail. I am unyielding. I am unbreakable. And I am just getting started.